Donna, you talked about autopsies. I have gotten the sense from the Democratic Party post-2024 that there's been a challenge to do that autopsy, to do it in a productive and united way. There's been a lot of finger pointing, but not a lot of sort of coming together and acknowledging with unity what went wrong, right? Do you think there's been enough of an autopsy of 24 to learn those lessons that you can take forward?
I have read 5 autopsies. 5.
Wow.
But they were not drafted or written by the Democratic National Committee. I think the committee will put out a report at the end of the year that will go into more detail about how they not only allocated resources, but pretty much, you know, when you have your party have the White House, which you've experienced before, the White House drive a lot of your politics, a lot of your resources, and a lot of the deployment of troops. I call them troops, but deployment of volunteers and staff and so forth. So I think the DNC needs to conduct and finish up its research. But by and large, what you've learned from all of the other players on the in the field is that, one, we waited too long to make the switch. We call it on the Democrat. We call it the switch when we switched from Joe Biden to Kamala Harris. Right. Second, we were not playing across the board. We limited our engagement to 6, 7 states, which is always a problem when you live in a country where you don't know which way the wind will blow. And I also believe that we got to look at technology and the algorithms and social media and the using of influencers. I also think they will conclude, and again, I'm not involved in this report, we had a lot of grass tops, but we missed the grass bottoms. I mean, the people who actually drive politics, drive the conversation. And I agree with the chairwoman. Nowadays, people don't want to just gather and talk politics. They want to talk about what's going on in the community. They want to talk about swimming classes, spinning classes, People gather in different ways, and book clubs, for example. And we're learning that you can reach more people by not putting your partisanship out there, but figuring out what brings people together in that particular community.